Hey craft cocktail fans and tiki drink lovers, this is Bourbon Bill with Bourbon Bill's Pirate Bar. Today we're going to talk about a whiskey sour, but we're going to tiki it up with a whiskey tiki sour. But before we get to that, make sure you hit that subscribe, like, and hit that notify bell so you're the first one to know when we upload new content to this channel. But before we get to that, I want to share one thing. We have launched Whiskey Tiki magazine. This is a glossy magazine that comes out every other month, and it has great recipes in here, stories and articles all about the tiki culture, mid-century modern. Get yours today at whiskeytikimag.com, and this happens to be literally my last copy of our first issue. It's sold out in 3 weeks, so get yours today before they're gone. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back. Did you hit that subscribe button while we were away? Let's talk about the Whiskey Tiki Sour. We're going to tiki up the traditional whiskey sour, and you can enjoy this with a little bit of tropical escapism in your favorite tiki bar, your own backyard bar, or just enjoy with friends around the campfire. But before we get to that, you're going to need to go pillage the fridge because we're going to need a few ingredients. So let's start off by, first you're going to need bourbon, Orgeat Syrup, Allspice Dram, or allspice, just the ground allspice for that baking spice flavor, pineapple juice, lemon juice, Angostura bitters, and of course ice. And we'll be right back. In today's segment of Pirate Joke of the Day, I'm going it a bit solo, okay? Bootleg Minnie's a little under the weather, so we'll see her next time. But we have our first mate here, Bentley. Hey Bentley, you know what a pirate calls his dog? We don't get the same response that we get from Bootleg. A pirate calls his dog the plank because he's always walking the plank. We'll be right back to the show. Hey, welcome back. Well, if anything, the show is what we call edutainment. You learn a little bit about pirate history and you have some fun making some piratical drinks. All right, so let's just get right to it. We're going to start off with our mixology and craft mixing tin. We're going to add just a few agitator cubes of ice right in that can. And the first thing is, of course, bourbon. We're going to start off with 2 ounces of bourbon. Now you don't have to have a real expensive bourbon for this. Today we're using Jim Beam, which is a fine bourbon. It's actually one of the top bourbons in the world, but it doesn't have to be expensive because we're going to be layering some other things on it. But if you have a favorite whiskey or bourbon, feel free, because at the end of the day, this is your drink. All right, so the next thing we're going to add in is a ½ ounce of Orgeat Syrup. And Orgeat, it's spelled O-R-G-E-A-T, but it's pronounced Orgeat, it's French. And it's like an almond citrusy flavored syrup. Now, I did mention this is one of a 3-part series. Last time we did another whiskey-based drink called the Halakulani. And you can see, check out that video on our channel here. And next time we're going to do the pineapple tiki smash, which should be a ton of fun as well. All right, so next on this, we're going to add in, you can add in Allspice Dram. Now, Allspice Dram is a fine liqueur that uses the allspice berries out of Jamaica, okay? But it's about $35 a bottle, all right? So, being the frugal Scot that I am, we're going to use some body of allspice, ground allspice, which uses the same berries, and we're going to still get that flavor only by using a 1/4 teaspoon of allspice and throw that right in there. Now you can offset this by adding just a little more bourbon, okay? But drink responsibly, okay? All right, so next on our list is pineapple juice. Now you can buy squeezed pineapple juice already. We're using Dole out of the little cans because it doesn't take a lot. Okay, for this recipe, 3/4 of an ounce, throw that in the mix. Okay, and then we're going to add in the same amount of lemon juice. Now, you would cut an onion to make a nice dinner. Okay, so use fresh squeezed lemon juice or lime juice for your drinks. You can buy them, they're readily available in any supermarket. So forget those little plastic things. They're great in a pinch, but you know, if you want a good drink, you really want the fresh stuff. So we're going to throw in some lemon juice, give that little bit of sour for the whiskey sour. We're going to add in a few dashes of Angostura bitters. Now there's a dash and a splash. A dash is like drops, and then a splash is exactly what it means. But today we're only using a few dashes. All right, so we're going to take that today. We're going to take all those ingredients that we mixed. We're going to shake them up like a pirate that ended up dancing the hempen jig, if you know what I mean. Give that a good shake. And we're going to slap down our Bourbonbill drink mat and our Bourbonbill Tiki Escape Tiki mug. Now, if you don't already have a collection of tiki mugs, you know, this would be a great one to start. We have on our merch page, we had some of just a very few leftover tiki mugs from Bourbonbill's Tiki Escape. So jump on those before they're completely gone. So we're going to liven this up by filling our tiki mug up with ice, crushed ice or cubes, or you know, the bullets if you have an ice maker. Get that filled up there. Just a little bit more. I used about all of my ice here in the bucket. There we go. All right. Now, since we got quite a few things in there, we're going to strain this out. Now, here's the thing with a strainer. A lot of people they just think you just slap it on top and that's it. You can actually use this a number of different ways. There's a little spring in there, and you can actually kind of gate. You can see how I'm controlling that. This works great. Like for next week when we talk about the pineapple smash, when you have those little bits of fruit in there, you can control what you're straining. So we're going to take that and just put that in. Now, the thing with tiki drinks, a lot of them, once you mix all these different ingredients, they're not the prettiest, so that's why a tiki mug comes in really handy. Okay, now, drinks like a blue Hawaiian or a blue Hawaii, they have that beautiful blue color. Okay, but some of the other ones that they're not as pretty in a glass. So that's where the faithful old tiki mug comes in. All right, so next we're going to do, and we need to garnish it appropriately. We got a little pineapple wedge here and the ever so popular drink umbrella, and our responsible paper straw. And that is it for the Whiskey Tiki Sour today. Well, I think I'm going to go and enjoy this. Give this a try at home. Let me know down in the comments, you know, how yours came out. And also just put a note what city you're in, because we're keeping a map of all our viewers. We're fortunate to have had viewers from Finland, from Tokyo. We've even had one from New Zealand, and of course most of the 50 states and in Canada. So put down the city that you're in. And until next time, this is Bourbon Bill with Bourbon Bill's Pirate Bar. Enjoy these responsibly. We'll see you next time, and cheers.